this is Big G, and I want to tell you a little story about my comic book journey. At the age of 10, I got introduced to comic books, really, to be honest, from my father and my grandfather. It was sort of my dad's way of introducing like religion to me. My dad was a huge Thor fan, and I'll never forget getting Thor issue number 200, and it was like in mint condition, and him handing it to me, and he was like, man, you got to be careful with this, right? Thor's not God, Loki's not God, Odin's not God, but it's a way for you to start to understand really that there are things that are greater than you. So I sat down and I read that first Thor, and I remember like putting it back inside the plastic and like, man, what did I just see? And it just developed my love for artwork at that point, because I used to draw. But what I didn't know about with my comic book journey was that it also helped me learn how to read. See, I was born with dyslexia, which wasn't diagnosed until I was like 22 years old in college. But I struggled with reading and comprehension. So comic books played a huge role. And for me later on being able to communicate, be educated, understand words and how they play a pivotal role. Because in comic books, the pictures are great, but the words that are cast inside those bubbles and those squares sort of lay out the whole depiction of stories. I later on went to start to love the X-Men comic books, and even more so, the Incredible Hulk. But my favorite has always been the Fantastic Four because of Victor Von Doom. I love the Fantastic Four characters. I love how they play their roles with the Thing, the Hulk, the Invisible Woman, and the Human Torch, right? Mr. Fantastic, they've always been key people they're a super team, but they're really people who can be common in this world, just set up with powers to be able to overcome obstacles, right? So I love the Avengers. I love the X-Men too, but the Fantastic Four is a special place in my heart. So as I got older and I had access to resources and able to get things, and as you can see what's in the background, I've loved and developed comic books so much that now I just try to give that passion on to every person that I touch. That's sort of why we do the Marvelous Talk, because we give people an opportunity to understand that now, like how we had to deal with it in the early 70s and the 80s, with just having pictures of comics, the stuff's now portrayed on the big screen and movies and TVs. And I hope that there's someone out there that had to get inspired to love reading and writing. So for my fans out there, for the fans of the show, that's Big G's comic book journey.